Good afternoon, and we would like to welcome you to Town Hall meeting of the school year. We've gotten off to a great start, and we have some great information that we'd like to share with you tonight. For those of you who are participating with us, if you have any questions throughout this presentation, please look at the link and share your questions in the link on our website, as well as the link that was sent to you to log in for this presentation. So we will start this afternoon with Ms. Lisa Woolver, and she will give you an update on our virtual day.
On Tuesday, November the 2nd, the City of Social Circle will use the Activity Center located in the Social Circle Middle School as a polling place. In the past, this facility has been used as a polling station for the citizens of Social Circle to allow for social distancing. All Social Circle City School students should plan to attend class virtually on this day. Teachers will provide activities that students can complete with or without internet access. We thank our Superintendent, Dr. Hooker, and the Board of Education for the continued collaboration relationship with the City of Social Circle. Now to Dr. Brewer.
Good evening. We are looking forward to updating you also on two other very important topics, including our strategic plan, and then I'm looking forward to speaking with you about our COVID-19 update. We appreciate all of the contributions that many of our family members, students, and staff contributed to crafting our award-winning strategic plan, which is now being shown on the screen. We effectively implemented year one action items in goal areas of student achievement, readiness and engagement, family and community engagement, quality staff and professional growth, safety and culture of well-being, as well as systems and operational effectiveness. Each school leadership team then designed a school improvement plan that is directly tied to this system-wide strategic plan. The actions and strategies implemented per these plans assist us in doing an even better job of empowering our students with an excellent and equitable education. During year two, we are implementing additional action items that will help us to ensure that every child that we serve has access to the knowledge and skills needed to become mindful, productive, and empowered citizens. If you'd like to access the full plan that's being shown on the screen now, or any of the other linked documents in this presentation, we will include them on our website along with a recording of this session. Thank you, Ms. Woolver. Next, we wanted to give you an update about our COVID-19 conditions. We are pleased to report that we have had 2 straight weeks of significant decreases in our COVID-19 positive cases. We are on track for another significant decrease this week. We closely monitor conditions on each campus and make adjustments to our safety plans as necessary. The COVID status report from September 10th indicates that we had 14 positive cases, which is down from 44 cases at our peak this school year. Our percentage of new COVID-19 positive cases at the end of the week last week was 0.63%, which is down from 1.99% at our peak. We continue to ask that parents notify your child's principal immediately if your child's tested positive for COVID-19. When a physician or approved test diagnoses a positive case, our staff members will notify all individuals who meet the Department of Public Health's contact tracing guidelines as soon as possible. The Department of Public Health does not recognize results from home COVID-19 test kits, so we're not able to include those individuals in our count of cases. We want to make sure that all families know that masks continue to be available on all buses and at school for anyone needing one. Enhanced cleaning protocols continue to be utilized on all campuses. We ask that parents please encourage their children to wear masks, especially when social distancing is not possible, to stay at home when they're sick, and to make sure that they sanitize their hands regularly. We are currently taking advantage of the Department of Public Health offer to allow flexibility with quarantines, provided that the exposed individuals remain asymptomatic and that they wear a mask for 14 days following the exposure. We aim to remain open for face-to-face instruction, and we need your continued support to do so. We appreciate all of your help to get us to the point where our numbers have significantly decreased. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Wilbur and Dr. Boer for the update. Parents like to address enrollment update. There have been many concerns about our increased enrollment. We'd like to give you a breakdown of that enrollment so that you would understand what's taking place here. Ms. Wilbur, if you will scroll down to our chart. As you look across the chart that we have before you, you will see that we have the school, the student count, May of 2021, last school year, the school count as the first month of the school year, and then out of district as of May of 2021, and out of district as of August of 2021. The Newton County of May 2021 and Newton County as of August 2021. If you will look there, you will see that the growth that has taken place, if you look at our pre-K, we decreased by one student from May, by three students. I'm sorry for that incorrection, for a pre-K. But as you look at our second grade, we have 139 students as of August. But if you go back, that same group as of May of 2021 was at 138. As you look at the other areas of out-of-district students, as well as the Newton County students. Our primary school, as you look at our elementary school, we only grew by one. We went from 369 to 370. Our middle school grew from 548 to 594. I'm sorry, that's the high school that grew from 548 to 594. Middle school grew from 458 to 480. So what people need to understand is that a lot of our growth took place at the high school with an increase of 46 students. As we talked about throughout our board meetings, we had the signing of our Zone 5 meeting in June of our board meeting. You will see that Zone 5 in 2012 was at 739 students. And in 2021, we were at 489 students. As of this year, we're at 461. So those numbers are decreasing. And if we take that, if we take the resident students, exclude Zone 5 students, Newton County, tuition and out-of-district employee students, our school district would only be at 1,035 students. We welcome the students from Newton County as well as the students from Zone 5. I've received emails and some of the questions asked about our large class sizes that we may have. Some of our classes went from 18 to 22. Some classes have gone up to 25, from 18 to 25 at our middle school. Some at our elementary have increased to 25. The largest high school course, I believe, is at 30 students. What I would like to share with you, that when we talk about class size, it does not have to do with smaller class sizes produces better results. It's about the expectations of the teachers in those classrooms. It's about expectations, not necessarily smaller classes. We can look at surrounding districts who have larger class sizes, but perform well despite having large class sizes. we here in Social Circle are working on having high expectations for our students and providing our teachers with tools to teach rigorous lessons, provide opportunities for our students to have critical thinking to improve our student learning. So we're working with that. If you compare us to our neighboring district in class size, we're very comparable to Walton County. With Oconee County and others, they may exceed us in class sizes in some areas, but if you look at our primary school as well as our elementary and middle school, we're right there with them. So I continue to ask you to be patient with us as we go through this growth. A lot of people must understand that even here in Social Circle, we had an increase. We had 119 new enrollments for just the city alone, and that's due to the housing development that is taking place and the people that are moving here. And we welcome them here. I, as superintendent, will say to you, it's more important that we be proactive instead of reactive. And that's what we're trying to do as we move along this 21-22 school year. Now to move, I'd like to give you an ELOS update. As you know, on November the 2nd, as Ms. Wilbur has said to you, that we will have virtual dates so that individuals will be able to vote. We have a special ballot for our local option sales tax for our education that has taken place. We ask that you go out and vote. This will be very beneficial for us. The money that is used from this SPLOS, we're going with this SPLOS. We're partnering with the Walton County School District for this eSPLOS. We use these tax dollars to improve facilities. Our goal is to open up a new elementary school in 2024. As you can see from past previous SPLOSs, we've used it to build our sports complex, to upgrade facilities, to improve technology. So it's being used to improve things here in the school system, and we appreciate you, and we ask that you go out and vote for this. All right. As we move on to other concerns that people have asked about, one of the big things that individuals are asking about are our new school. When will it take place? What's the timeline for that? And that's a great question to ask, because we're moving forward. The starting time for that, we've started some planning this month. In February, we will be having focus groups to discuss the rendering of this building, how we would like the paintings, the paint in the building, the size of the classroom. We will be gathering input from our parents as well as all of the stakeholders in our community to make this happen. But this will be a great opportunity. The last time a facility was built in this district was, I believe, the high school that was completed in 2004. The elementary school, we're excited on that, and we will definitely need your input as we begin to build for that. To give you a breakdown of that, from September until February 22nd, we will be receiving input from you. From February until, let me get my paperwork, I want to make sure I give you the correct dates for that. From February 2022 until June of 2024, we're going to take 4 weeks for mobilization, but it's going to take 16 months to build that facility. That facility, we were being told by July of 2024, the construction company will hand the keys over to us. We will be prepared to have our students and everything ready for the opening day in August of 2024. So we're excited about the new elementary coming on board. And that facility will house pre-K through 5th grade. Our goal is to pre-K to 5th grade. We will use the current elementary to go with 6th through 7th grade. Will be housed there as our middle school. And we will change our high school to enroll 8th through 12th grade. And we're excited about that. That will give great opportunities for our 8th graders. It would be a seamless thing to do connections or electives to offer more electives for our our 8th grade students as well. And at this time, if you have any questions, you can put it in the link that we sent to you to sign up for this, and we'll be glad to answer any questions that you may have at this time. Ms. Wilbur or Dr. Boer, do you have anything you would like to share at this time?
We do have a few questions. One of our parents has asked if the middle and high school is being used for voting, then why is the entire school district going to be virtual on that day?
This is a partnership that we have with the Walton County School District. We would like for there be no interactions with the high school students and the middle school students during this time. They will be using our activity center. And if you notice on last year, we use this as the same format. There are several school districts across the state who are doing the exact same thing as we are, is considering it a virtual day to use their facilities as polling places. That was a great question.
We have another parent who asked a question about the difference between the gifted program at the primary school and the gifted program at the other levels, with the gifted program at the primary school using more of a pull-out model than at the other levels.
Ms. Willow, would you like to answer that question?
We've been in the process of kind of doing some inventory of where we are in the gifted program, how we identify students. Is it an equitable practice? Are we aligned throughout the district? So that's some great questions, and it's something that we're aware of and are working on as we speak. As far as a manual, what does that look like? How can we meet the needs of all students? Is that the best model? And so there are some things that we've been looked at. We began to look at last spring. We will continue throughout this year and make adjustments throughout the district.
Thank you.
We also had a question from a parent who has asked why we're not requiring all students to wear masks due to COVID-19. And we have also had parents say that they're really thankful that we're not requiring all students to wear masks due to COVID-19. And so just to explain our thought process on that, as we've looked at other school districts around the state and across the country, there's really a lot of variation in the COVID cases, whether you're wearing the mask and requiring the mask or whether you're not requiring the mask. There are some districts that require that everyone wears masks and they have higher COVID rates than we do. And then there are other districts who don't require the kids to wear masks and have higher rates than we do. So we believe that our current COVID-19 mitigation efforts are working. And if for your family and your child, it's appropriate for them to wear a mask and they feel comfortable doing so, we want them to feel very welcome to do that in our schools. We also want to respect that there are some families and some children for whom it's not appropriate. So we want to have flexibility so that families can make their individual choices. And for us, with our COVID rates being so small at this point, we're really pleased with how well our mitigation efforts are working.
Thank you.
And as we look, there are a few others that I think that we've addressed. There was a question from one parent who mentioned that they were concerned that we weren't using lockers and concerned about that resulting in really heavy book bags for the children.
And I'd like to answer that question concerning lockers. At this point, all of our students have Chromebooks, and they shouldn't be carrying their textbooks around. The textbooks are left in the classroom. I've spoken to a principal concerning that. Students are encouraged to have a notebook with dividers for each subject area in which they can carry around. So no student should be logging home books, because all of their lessons are inside of Google Classroom, in which they can access any information that they need from there. So that shouldn't be a problem concerning that. The other issue we had with lockers is that when you're thinking about COVID and we're standing at the lockers, it clogs up the hallways throughout, and it also becomes a social time for students. So we've eliminated that, and thanks to the use of Chromebooks, we shouldn't have an issue with kids coming home with tons of books. because the Chromebook replaces those. All their information is there in the Chromebook.
And if you're having a different experience with your child about that, please make sure that you reach out to your child's principal and teachers so that we can get that issue clarified and resolved. And we actually have another parent who has asked why the middle school is having so many behavioral issues. And I think this may be related to an email that Ms. Aziamati sent out. There's a trend now on TikTok for students to misbehave in bathrooms and to vandalize bathrooms, and actually to take things from classrooms and from other students and then post that out on TikTok. It's a TikTok challenge. And actually, sadly, that's not just a challenge we're having at the middle school. If you're in the high school, you'll be receiving communication from Mr. Armstrong as well about that concern happening at the high school. So we are hopeful that we can get this resolved really quickly. We have a tradition here in Social Circle of having the best behaved students in the entire state. And so we're confident that we can get on top of this situation and stop the misbehaviors from happening. But parents, please chat with your children and make sure that they understand that even though it's a TikTok challenge, it's still vandalism. It's something that they can still get in trouble for. And those TikTok challenges, the videos, they can be used as evidence against the students who are misbehaving. Vandalism is something that we'll take very seriously so that we can make sure to get it to stop quickly and get back to great instruction and learning. Parents, if you have questions about that at your specific school, please reach out to your principals so that they can give you additional information. Here we have had two others pop up. Okay, how are the school taxes collected from those who are attending our school that reside outside of the district?
Okay, a great question to ask. We have an agreement with Newton County as well as Zone 5, which is part of Walton County, Jersey area. We receive the full tax, the benefits that come with them, the full tuition, not tuition, what is it called?
FTE,
FTE,
full-time equivalent.
Full-time equivalent. We receive all of that from the counties in which those students come from. So, and the other thing that you need to know, that students that come beyond that, students that we may get out of district, say from Conyers or other areas, they pay an additional $3,000 for tuition to attend school here.
And that helps to make up the difference. And we're really blessed that with Walton and with Newton County, that those school systems do share those extra local tax dollars with us. That makes a big difference. We have had a few others. I'm sorry, is the future shift of 8th grade to high school versus middle school based off projected middle school numbers?
Yes, if you look at our 8th grade, it's one of the larger classes we sent this year to the high school. I believe 165 students. That's one of the larger classes for an 8th grade group, and it continues to grow. I think this will be a great move for our 8th grade students to be acclimated at the high school 8 through 12. We have several systems across the state who have moved to that as well, who are similar size that we are, have moved to 8 to 12. So we're excited about this change.
And at that point, I don't see any additional questions. Parents, we sincerely appreciate, and community members, we appreciate you taking the time to enter in your questions and concerns on that form. We'll continue to have the form link available on our website, and we'll monitor your questions. After this event, if you'll just make sure to include your telephone number or your email address, we will be sure to respond to those questions. And always, please remember, if you have questions or concerns, please start with the principal at your child's school. Here in Social Circle, we want parents and family members and students to be happy. We want to be able to resolve any of our issues and make sure that we have win-win situations for everybody in our community.
All right, thank you so much, and we will continue to monitor and answer your questions in the future. All right, thank you. Have a great evening. Take care.